Hey guys, so it's been about a week since I've come on or started to record to get you up to date. It's been a little bit of a crazy week and a half. We're just at the end of March break. We had our niece and nephew down, but also over the March break, because the kids are down, we wanted to get them involved in the electrical. My father-in-law came over, and we were going to do the boxing out, and that turned into completing the electrical. So you can see that for the most part, the electrical is done, roughed in, done. So we'll get an inspection on that in a week. I'll do a little bit more of a video on that once the plumbing's done. Once the plumbing one's done, I've got most of the water system, half of the water system roughed in. You can see over here I've got the kitchen roughed in, hot and cold, and then I ran a little extension over there for the dishwasher. I might end up taking that out because I'm not sure how that's going to work with the cabinets, but I'll do some research on that. I've got the upstairs done. You can see here I've got the vanity there, and then there's a toilet there, and then those two stubbing out there will connect into the shower. I still have to do the laundry room, and the far stuff's done, so I just have to finish up some stuff down here. The drain systems are all done, except the I'm at the point of pressure testing the vents, and I had a leak. Actually, the leak that I was chasing or tracking down for a couple of days turned out to be my test my test connection here. I had a bad solder joint on it there. I guess I probably should have started there, but I didn't. So I fixed that now. I had a leak over here. This pipe here connects up to there. Now I didn't have a coupler to fix it up all the way, but that pipe comes down and connects into that for the vent in the floor. The annoying thing about this leak is it was leaking right around this joint right here, and it turns out that it wasn't actually the joint. It's a defect in the ABS. There's a pinhole in the ABS itself, which is really annoying. But I have the parts now to complete this. I just need to get a coupling, so I'm going to cut this off here and cut that off up there after the test cap, and I just have to rebuild this thing and put it back together. I think for the test, when the inspection comes, I'm just going to leave it as it is, because there's no point cutting that test cap off, connecting all this, and then putting a test cap back on the end again. So I'm just going to probably leave it as it is, and I will get it tested, because I have to eventually connect it to that once the pressure test passes. But so I thought I had it all back. It's got such a slight leak. Basically it holds the 5 psi for over half an hour, but then overnight it went down to nothing. And now, I don't know if you can see it on the video here, I was just doing some soap test, and I found, I don't know if you can see the bubbles there. It's a small little leak in that corner 45 there. So it's not a horrible place. It's not really a horrible place for a leak. It's just that there's quite a few quite a few parts there. I have a 2-inch to a 1.5 Y, and then a 45 inch and a half, and then a 22 inch and a half. So it's annoying, but at least I found that one. I've decided, since I have to cut that and then you have to let the glue dry for a day, I usually do a day, I decided that while it's still under pressure, before I cut that off, I'm going to go over and I'm just going to quickly soap all of the joints, because if I do find another one, I'd rather fix it tonight or today, and then tomorrow I can run my pressure test again. So I've done everything in the basement here. I've done most of it on the first floor. I ran out of soap solution, so I got to go we have the water turned off here, so I have to go back home and get some more water. But then I'll just go upstairs and check the vents and all that. It's not really, I mean, it's annoying more than anything. You know, a leak is one thing, but you know, like I said to Jessica when we started this, me doing the plumbing, you know, the plumber was looking to charge, you know, in total probably $8,000, plus I had to buy the parts, so that's $2,000. So you know, we were looking at about a $10,000 bill. By doing it myself, we've probably spent $3,000, and that's for the whole system. So his $10,000 was just the drains, plus then I would have had to do the water. So I've spent about $3,000 for everything. And the way I justified it is I could royally screw up the entire plumbing system like 3 times and have to replace the whole thing 3 times and still be cheaper, you know, than the plumber was. That's in no way bashing the plumber. Like I know they have to make a living and all that, and his work would have been nicer than mine. But anyway, I'll see how it goes when it comes to the inspection. That'll probably be early next week. I'll get the plumbing inspection done, and then if there's anything that needs to be fixed up, you know, I've got a few days to get that done because we're about the 20th. No, we're about the 15th or 16th of March right now, and I'd really like to have the plumbing inspection and the electrical inspection done so that beginning of April I can bring the spray foam guy in to get this thing sealed up. We did have, with the crazy winter that we had a whole lot of ice build up at the outside of the door here, and it was just, at one point I came down and I opened the door and the water just like rushing in. So you can see it's got, you know, I've got water everywhere in here, which was annoying, you know, a little bit frustrating, all that kind of stuff, but I'd rather figure that out now than once all the drywall's up in here. And it's not really a problem, like we haven't completely finished the landscaping around here yet. It kind of looks like everything's draining to the house, but I know it's not. It's just the way the snow is all fallen and it's kind of protected under here, so this didn't get the snow, so it turned into be the low spot and everything just melted and ran here. So in the summer I'm going to do some kind of a French drain thing here to make sure this doesn't happen next year. Okay, so we are kind of at the end of our plumbing and electrical. I think this video is going to be a little bit all over the place. I kind of apologize for that, but there's just been so many different projects on the go that I've just tried to get video footage where I could. We finished in the rough-in of all of the water lines. So we have our toilet, our vanity. On the other side, we've got washer and dryer. There's going to be a box there once we're past our pressure test. And then these 2 lines here are for the grooming, the dog grooming tub in the laundry room. We've got copper stub outs everywhere that that has to poke through the drywall for toilets and all that kind of stuff. On this side, we just poked out through the wall there because this is going to be a corner tub. I'm not sure how the layout's going to happen yet. And then these are for our shower. Everything's kind of got, everything's got the plugs on it, so we can pressure test. It is about the 19th or 20th. I think it's the 20th of April today. Just got word that our spray foam guy is going to come in on April 1st, so that gives me a little over a week to get ready for that. And as long as everything goes well tomorrow or Thursday and Friday for our inspections, we should be good. So the thing I have to finish up here, I kind of roughed in the layout for our PEX. I'm going to build 2 manifolds that go in the middle here, one for hot, one for cold, to try to neaten it all up. It's a little bit of a rat's nest up there. I think what I'm going to do is put a 2x6 on its end, nail it to that top plate there, and then I can strap all these pipes to that. It'll clean all that up. But what I'm going to do for today, I ordered some shut-off valves, some quarter-turn ball valves for all of these, and of course they didn't come in, and the ones around here are like 20 bucks a piece. So what I'm going to do is I just bought some extra fittings. I'm going to join all of these together, and then T in the middle of it, so I can pressurize the system. It needs to be pressurized for to pass inspection. So I'm just going to do a temporary tie-in of these things. That's why I added all this extra pipe. In the end, it's all going to be way up here, but I'm just going to get all these tied in. I just picked up some extra parts. You know, probably cost me about $20 in parts or something like that, but just to speed things along, I'll be able to reuse the fittings once it's done, cut it off and all that. But I'm going to get that done and then pressurize this, and then the rest of the day, once that's done and running the pressure test for the rest of the day, I'm just going to go around. I've got to fix up all these, make sure all this all-round stuff, the metal strapping there, it has to be every 4 feet on these horizontal pipes. I've got to put on my protection plates for areas where the plumbing is too close to the walls, so like things like this here. This won't be done down here, but where that pipe is so close to the edge of that 2x4, there needs to be a metal plate over it to stop somebody from putting a screw through it, that somebody being me. But I am going to get rolling. It's already almost 11 o'clock today. It takes some time to go into town and all that, but I've got a lot of work to do before Thursday and Friday. I got a lot of work to do before Friday for sure, and definitely have a lot of work to do before the spray foam guy gets here. So I'll get this done and then I'll show you the pressure test. All right, today is Thursday. We had our electrical inspector today. And we passed. He was supposed to be here at 8 o'clock, and I got a call at 7:45 asking for the code to the house to get in, because he was already here, and I was just putting my shoes on to come over here because he was early the last time too. So I gave him the code, and I put my shoes on and came over here. And by the time I was here at about 5 minutes to 8, he was already gone. So obviously he had no issues with the electrical. Thanks, Joe. It's very helpful to have an electrician as a father-in-law, because what he did in 2 days, about 2 days, 2.5 days, something like that, it would have taken me probably 2 weeks to do it. But anyway, that's done. Plumbing inspection tomorrow. And then spray foamers come in a week. So I've got some communication stuff, like communication data cables, speakers, all that kind of stuff to run in. But more about that next time. Until then, have a good one.